Hey guys. Well, if you were interested in how it is going from a swimmer to become a pro, maybe tune in into this session today of Let's Talk Swimming. I had a chance to talk to Simon Chai, who is very active here on YouTube as well and on social media in general. And he transitioned from being a pool swimmer, pro pool swimmer, swimming at a college, into triathlon and becoming a pro triathlete. He's competing now in Ironman races, half Ironmans and full Ironmans. And yeah, we talked about certain things when it comes to that. So stay tuned and hope you like this episode.
Tell me more about yourself.
Yeah, so I was a college university swimmer at Virginia Tech. I swam there between 2016 and 2020, right before COVID shut everything down. And I still wanted to compete, but I just didn't want to just swim and just look at this black line for hours each week. So I picked up biking and running at the time, and around like March to May of 2020. And at that time, I was just biking and running since every pool was closed, everywhere was closed. So I was just enjoying nature and just getting outside. And I was a breaststroker and IMer. And for those of you that don't know what IM is, it's individual medley. You swim all 4 strokes: butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke, freestyle, in one race. And I was a 200 IM guy, 100, 200 breaststroke. But the majority of practices we swam freestyle, so I still had this like freestyle, good technique, and a good mid-distance, sort of distance freestyle swimmer. And I transitioned to triathlon, and I only swam one open water. So this open water swim was completely new to me, and that's what I'm still kind of figuring out. But I'm still learning.
My mom always said I could swim before I could walk, so it was some sort of, I was drawn to water, or like it's all there, and had my time. I was actually more of a freestyle, long distance, butterfly. Also, I am, but more on the longer distance. So 400 meter was mine, or 1500 meter, or something like that. So I was used to doing that. So then we share we share the passion about swimming. I think equally in that sense. As you maybe have seen as well, I transitioned also from like swimming. I had a bit of more of a break time than you had. I mean, you stopped swimming, or like you transitioning now into triathlon straight after your career, and I had now, my career. I stopped. Work came, life came, and then I'm now sort of found back through triathlon back into doing a lot of sport, and obviously training as well. So there is a gap between us, between me and you, but also between my pro time as a swimmer and and triathlon now. But you want to go full pro, right? Or you already full pro?
Yes, I'm a professional. Last year was my first professional year, and this is my second one. And then the year before that was my first year of triathlon. So okay. I'm going into my third year.
Okay, third year. So do you specialize on Olympic ones, or so for everyone who doesn't know, like Olympic triathlon, so it's 1500 meter swim, 40k cycling, and afterwards we have 10Ks. Or you want to do Olympics, or is it Ironman, half Ironman, or everything?
So I actually tried the draft legal ITU route, the Olympic sprint distance, but I figured it's extremely hard and you have to race a ton to try to get the Olympic spot. So I at least I tried it, but now I'm focusing on the half Ironman, 7.3, and full distance Ironman.
Okay. How many have you done so far?
I know it's less than 10 total half Ironman and Ironman.
Okay. Well, listen, I have one, but I fell in the bike and I couldn't complete. So my next one will be in Hamburg. So So yeah. But how do you train now? Like I guess from college times, how often did you go to the pool?
College, we went 6 days a week. Sometimes I would go that extra 7 days, but on the seventh day, it's usually a rest day. But I would swim like a 500 yards just to like get the feel of the water.
Yeah.
Because that's what Michael Phelps did. He swam every single day, but on the rest day, he did like an 800 yards, just very easy shakeout.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We were similar. So it was 6 days a week and then a 1 day rest. But yeah, when you needed it, you did a bit more. So nowadays you do still. How has it changed? Or how do you do it now? So just give you a bit context why I'm asking, because I'm like I know swimming and I know how to build up to become fit in swimming. So, you know, like endurance and everything. I know how to do it through that. And my still, even if I do triathlon now with cycling, running, and gym sessions and so on and so forth, I still go between 3, 4, even 5 times a week to the pool. How do you do that? I mean, did you transition full on like now cycling or full on running and just a bit of swimming, or how do you do that now?
Yeah, so I was laughing because it's a completely different change from my swim schedule. I can't remember the last day I had a day off, like where I don't exercise. So I work out every day. Swim, I still go pretty much 6 to 7 times a week. I try to hit like 6 to 8 hours of swimming a week. 25K to 30K a week. But so I'm still, I love swimming and I want to like keep swimming, but biking and running is my focus, and that's where most of the intensity is right now.
What do you think is the hardest, cycling or running?
Running.
Good one. Yeah, no. I don't know any swimmer. Who will come up this answer with cycling. Not one. And if you ask a swimmer which sport they hate the most, it's running. That's why. So it's running. Okay, good. But how do you cope with it? I mean, we as swimmers, we have loose ligaments, especially in our ankles, because we needed to be flexible. Especially you as a breaststroker, eh? You needed to be flexible. How is it going now? Did you have a lot of troubles in the beginning with your legs or with your ankles or feet, or when you ran, or how is it now? Or
of course, I had like shin splint, the feet problem on the metasole, knee pain, hip pain. So like a lot of not major injuries, but injuries that I needed 1 to 2 weeks to rest without like some big running weeks. So I've experienced it all, and it's because I just started running just under 3 years ago, so my body's not used to it.
Yeah.
But I'm still running pretty big miles per week.
Yeah. So how far like what miles? I'm more kilometers per hour, but kilometers per minute. But so I can't really translate. I think so. Where are you at the moment with running? So like average, which you can compete like for a marathon in the end. Where are you now?
Like how many miles of running?
No. How speed wise? Because for me, just to give you context, for me it was when I started off with like let's say 7 minutes, 6 minutes per kilometer, and that was nothing, and I was a back foot runner, right? I was on my heels run it's called, and then through the transitioning over this, I would start to run front foot, middle foot, especially on long distance would be more middle foot, long footish, and I came down to 5 on like when it's easy 5 minutes per kilometer, and now it's about 4:30, and I try to be below on a marathon. I try to.
Okay. Are you talking about the marathon and the Ironman?
Yeah. Well, you never know how you're going to end up in an Ironman, but so I take it when you go running, you know, when you want a race pace, this is your dream pace, or which you can keep up, which you think you can keep.
So my dream marathon race pace would be. So I'm looking at the conversion. It's 4:16 kilometer
Yeah.
per minute.
Yeah.
That's just on the 3-hour mark.
Okay. So, but you've done that already in a marathon without the cycling and the swimming before.
My first marathon was in the Ironman. I haven't done a marathon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not even in training.
No, like we would hit 22 miles, 35 kilometer, and that's my most I've ever run in a single session.
Oh wow. That I did differently. I did before I had my first. So last year I had my first Ironman race. Obviously, as I said, I fell in the cycling. That was a bit of a pity, but before that I had 2 times on a treadmill. I need to say on a treadmill. I did also a marathon. So now I've done it differently. When I go out, I've done it already marathons in training, but I've never done like a marathon in a race or something, like in a Ironman race or something like that. I haven't done it. So you're ahead there with me. So you're ahead. But yeah. Okay. So running is a topic for both of us, I guess. In the end. Yeah. It's I don't know. I still can't get used to it. I mean, I'm fine with it now. Personally, I'm fine with it, but I'm not. How can I say it? It's when I look at other people when they're running, it's like, it's so easy and so. And when you look at these marathon runners, or when you look at these people from like Kipchoge from Africa when they run around there, I mean,
oh my gosh, I can watch him all day. I can watch them all day running. It's beautiful.
It would never look like this with me,
But that's what people, when they look at us swimming, that's how they feel.
True.
When we swim.
Yeah, true. You're right. I mean, it is perfection. I think we are in this top 5% of the people who swim, and people can't do that, and they do the same thing. So yes, I get it. So the running part was, for me was the easiest to get into was cycling in general. That was really the easiest. And I always loved cycling and get around with it. But the aero position I had to get used to the aero position, that you had to be down for a very long time. And at some point I started to have like neck pain, when it was long distance cycling on the aero bars. But I went through it. So the first Ironman, and I know the one race, the first race you had as a pro, am I mistaken? You were first out of water, right?
No, I was not. That was my first pro race was Clash Miami last year.
Yeah.
And I was like 15th out the water.
Oh, were you? I saw one video of you or something I saw where you were first out of water. Oh, he is Simon Chai, he's out of water and so. I had a similar experience in Klagenfurt. The guy who was faster than me was Lukas Voits, but he was, he's also a swimmer, he comes from swimming, So he was the only guy who was faster than me, but he was a pro and I'm an amateur. I won't go into pro, just so you know. I will never go into pro. For me, it will stay amateur. So I won't do that. So, but first out of water. For me, it will be, my original goal was, maybe this year won't happen. I go to the race or the Ironman and try to qualify for Kona. Or now this year it doesn't work because it's in Nice, right? And I would have wanted to beat the swim record. So if I would have made it, so that was actually my goal. Last year and this year it will not. I mean, if I qualify, I still want to be the best in swimming. I want to have the best time, but that was actually the goal, or the goal for last year, or for Ironman for me in general, to qualify and then focus completely on swimming and just get this record out. So that was my goal. But it's gonna be Nice this year.
If you qualify for this year's Ironman World Championship, would you go to Nice?
I will.
Yeah.
I will.
Me too.
You would too. But so okay, that is a good question. Also in the transition. So before, I mean, you are used to from the pool. If you hit the time, or if you had a certain time or the limit for a competition, you could go. Like if you, I don't know, in the US, I think if you go to the US trials and you're one of the top 2 and some sort of, you qualified, right? You can go to the big events. I guess regional is similar, that you have this kind of way to go up. For us, it was the same, that you had to limit time and then you could go somewhere and compete in competition. How is it now with you as a pro? I mean, before, for me, I just need to be in the top 2 positions as an amateur. But how is it now for you as a pro? You need points, or how is it?
So it varies based on each race. So for Ironman Texas, there's 5 slots to make it to the Ironman World Championship. While as like Ironman France this year, I believe there's 1 or 2 spots for men. So there's different races or different spots in each race, and it's usually the top 50, around 50 men, 50 women go to the World Championship each year. So you have to qualify for in those races and get those slots.
Okay, I see. I get it. So because I always thought it was points, that you needed to, if the first place gives you so many points and the second one so many, and then you had it done. But you actually have slots now as a pro as well.
Yeah, I think that the point system you were referring to, that's like ITU.
Yeah.
Olympics, and there's also a point system. I remember someone telling me a couple years ago in Ironman too.
Okay. Yeah. So then maybe they changed now, and they're just having slots and stuff like that. So when you go, you're gonna. So Texas is your next race, right? Mine is in June, and yours is also in April. Wow. So yours is before me. Oh wow. That's
next month.
Next month. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. We're ramping up volume. I'm getting 35 plus hours this week.
35 plus hours. Wow. And as I said, you're doing it full time. So all you do is sleep, get up, eat, train, do a bit of social media with me somewhere else and WhatsApp, YouTube, solve some Rubik's cubes, go back to the pool or go back to the training, eat and sleep again, right? That is everything you do at the moment. Nothing else.
Nothing else.
Okay. Well, that's. I wish I could do that again, but I leave that to you. I still like my job, which I have my day-to-day job, so it's okay.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because I did have a day job. I worked for a year as a software engineer, and I saved a ton of money. I had YouTube money coming in, my corporate money coming in, and just saving 60-80% of my income each month. And at one point, I had like so much, and my friends and family were just telling me, "Hey, you should just take the risk, take the leap, and go all in." And that's what I did, and I'm happy to do. I'm happy that I did, and it's this kind of lifestyle. It's my mind is focused like 24/7, which is a very different lifestyle. When I was working, I had this 9 to 5, and then shut my brain off, and then think about triathlon or YouTube. Well, this one, I'm constantly, I feel like stressed. So it's there's a bit of more behind the scenes with this kind of lifestyle.
Yeah. So you would say you like your lifestyle now better than before, or for sure. Okay, that's
I'm just constantly thinking of new videos or training or just researching other pros, what they're doing, and any workout that I can do to get better, and talking with my coach and all of that.
Yeah. So you have so how do you do the coaching? That is another question, because I do. I have a coach who does my overall coaching, like my overall planning, and then he does for me this plans in the cycling and tells me what to do, and he plans in the running and tells me what to do, and also the gym stuff. But swimming, it just tells me which spot and what kind of a phase we are in, how where I need to be more on the endurance side. So do you do the swimming yourself, like the trainings, or does your coach do that too? Or, I mean, can't be more an expert than you.
It's like 50%. She would write swim workouts on my schedule, and I can decide if I want to do them or not, or if I feel like doing my own sets from the college or high school days, then I would do that. But I moved to Austin, Texas, here in the U.S. where my coach lives. So we have a great group of team that we train together almost every day. And I go to the swim workouts Monday, Wednesday, Friday, sometimes Saturday open water swim, and Thursday open water swim sometimes. So we're training with my coach almost every day for the swim as a team. So,
Okay. Oh wow, that's so you do all together. So swim, cycling and running, or the running and cycling you do on your own?
The running and cycling is very we do on our own because we're all at different levels.
Yeah.
On that aspect.
Okay, but good. That's the good thing about swimming, because you can go to a pool together. I mean, even if you have different levels, you will catch up with the times and whatsoever. So I guess you're the best swimmer in that team, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's an easy one. Huh? Oh wow.
I do want people to push me for swimming, which I haven't really had in a long time.
Okay.
Actually push me. I don't know if you do train with other people faster than you or college pro swimmers.
No, so I'm a bit of a loner when it comes to that. So I'm doing all the training myself. Also because of my own schedule. You know, I work by side training. I still try to get 2 to 4 hours a day in every day next to my day-to-day job. But I need to figure out where I can go. So it's a bit problematic. Funny enough, having said that, I have I usually go to my main sets, you know, where the big sessions come, where I do the main thing. I do on Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And there was a guy who also started to come to the pool and just swim on the side, and in the lane 1 or something like that. And at some point he came up to me and asked me, "Can I swim with you?" And I said, "Listen, you can swim with me, but I'm not gonna slow down or have longer time, like break times. I'm doing my set." He said, "No. I will try to keep up." So then like, it was a struggle. But funny enough, 2.5 years later, he's now doing every session when he comes with me. He might not be as fast, and sometimes, you know, I give him more space. So if I do 10 times 50 meter, for example, I do it in 50 seconds, and he does it in 110. And I do then more, you know, do more repetitions, but he still does it. Like, he's like spot on, and he has improved his swimming. He started off with 45, 50 on a 50 meter, 45 seconds, 50 seconds on 50 meter, and improved down to 35 to 40 seconds on a 50 meter. Right? It's a huge increase. He built up speed, and also he's more stable in water, and it looks much better. And now friends of his come to the pool, and so we are now, the maximum we were once was 7 people. 7 people. That was the max once at the pool. But again, I don't have anyone who is faster than me. I don't. It's very hard in triathlon. I don't know. In triathlon, it's very hard to find someone who's faster than we. I mean, I would love to swim with Lucas Voits, because that guy would like push me, you know, to the limit. But I don't know. It's not really possible, you know.
And I feel like triathlon swim practice are much different than club swim practices.
Yeah.
Like club or college swim practices, we take our time and we do like 50, we do drilling, so it's but we swim much longer, like 2 hours, 2.5 hours, and we would get probably like 7,000 meters in, 8,000 meters. While for triathlon, we're just like go, distance, not a lot of rest, and getting like 3.5K to 4K for 1 hour.
Yeah, but it's I see the same. You're more efficient. You try to be more efficient, but also it's more about long distance in general. But like, you know, you need to turn off your legs and just trim out of your arms or these kind of things. So, but how is now open water? You're coming from the pool now going into the open water. Is it okay now? You done it, or you still have your struggles?
I think we're really getting to the point where we can start looking at getting first out the water in the pro field. There's a couple of things that click, like having a high tempo, sighting. I tend to swim a little crooked and in open water, so we fixed that. More open water practices help for that. And I think, in my opinion, having a higher tempo in open water is more beneficial for my body, my side, and keeping that high tempo throughout a 1.9K swim or an Ironman 3.8K swim.
Okay.
So those are the two main focuses that we're doing on.
Okay. So that's a good one. That's a good one. Oh no. Well, for me it was I only had problems with sighting. As I said, I'm coming from the longer distance, right? It was I never really did the longer distance in my swim. I was always a pool swimmer, but I got used to it very quickly, and we have a lot of lakes around where I live in Switzerland. We have a lot of lakes around, and you can go and easily do that. I mean, sea swimming is different as well. Like, it's another level again. You have more waves and stuff, but the only thing which I had was with orientation, sighting. But I think it's something which you need to get used to and just learn. And once you have it, it's okay, because I could do it very quickly, so it was very, very quickly done. I mean, so you transitioned professionally swimming. Now you do professionally triathlon. What do you like more?
I definitely like the triathlon more.
Yeah.
The cycling and running, even if you're having a hard workout and you're outside, it's just the nature that really, I'm outside, I'm living my life. I can take a good breath of air outside, and that's what I enjoy. And when I travel, I run 6 miles, which is, or 10 to 15 kilometers, and you can get to a lot of places just from your 2 feet exploring a city or something. So it's definitely pretty nice being outside.
So
instead of looking at the swim pool, the black line, every single hour of the day.
That's interesting. So I have another question, tricky one. Rather a gold medal at the Olympics in triathlon than in swimming?
Ooh.
It's a tricky one. Hey, that's a tricky one.
I think the gold medal in triathlon, because there's only one event, except the mixed relays, the men and women event. While in swimming, you can have, I don't know how many medals there.
Okay. Good one.
There's a lot of chances for that.
Okay. So okay, then we go further on. So that was because that was the Olympic distance. I mean, that is Olympic versus. Then would you rather be winning the world championship in Kona than a world championship in swimming in 100 meter free breaststroke against Adam Peaty, let's say? No. Let's make it more spicy,
Ooh.
Beating Adam Peaty can't be that bad, Like, he would be second.
Ooh. Maybe the world championship in Kona triathlon, I'd say. What's also interesting, when I moved to triathlon, I found there's more opportunities for us, for sponsors, because we have swim, bike, and run.
Yeah.
While we're swimming, I didn't really have sponsor because at that time, university students in America can't get sponsored.
Okay.
But now things change, and it's only specific to swimming. So I do notice, like, I've been connecting with my university friends in college still. They're swimming, and I just noticed how much more opportunity we have from being in the sport of triathlon for 3 sports versus 1 sport.
Okay. So it's more rewarding in that sense, more from a monetization point of view, I guess.
Yeah. And so I have a question for you. what sport matters the most in triathlon? Rank them from the 1, 2, 3.
I personally would say swimming.
Swimming is the most important.
Yeah, because you can be the best runner, you can be the best cyclist, you can master these two. But if you give it up all the energy in swimming, you will not make it to the end. You will not. So if you the most efficient you get through the water, and the less energy you use there, the more you have for afterwards. So I believe really swimming is one of like it's also one discipline which is cut down the most, I guess. You know what I mean? So if you have when you look compare the Olympic one to an Ironman, it's always 4 times. Like it's 4 times the distance, right? Or yeah, it's 4 times the distance.
Yeah.
But swimming is not. Swimming is some sort of 2.5.
Yeah.
In general, they would have needed to do it like 10 Ks around that. Then it would be this. But so they cut it down because so little people would be able to do it. I guess. This is the main reason. Would be also a bit boring, and for us very interesting, because if we would need to do 10 Ks and then after cycle swim, we would win all the time, I guess, because we would not only lead by 10 minutes, we would lead by half an hour to even an hour sometimes, like it's not a joke,
Yeah.
But what would you say then? Which one is the most important one?
I would say running, and then swimming comes second.
Okay.
Because I know a lot of swimmers, a lot of runners, like Trevor Foley in the U.S., Lionel Sanders, Sam Long, they all have like very decent run. Whether their swim is not the best, but they make up a lot of ground on the bike, and then they just run the field down.
Yeah.
For the running, because that's what it comes down to most at least in the pro field, who can run the fastest at the end of the swimming and biking. So I've seen a lot of very poor swimmer make their way on the bike using very tactical drafting within the rules and bridge up to the front group, and then they just outrun everybody.
Okay.
So second, a very close second.
Yeah, no, but I like the point. I mean, I didn't. For me, it was always more about the efficiency. I guess from the statement which we make or which we make, we need to differentiate. I think for when you start off with triathlon and you want to do it, I guess then, or let's say to a certain level, running is the most important one, and swimming you just need to get around, or need to get to the end of it and not lose too much by it. So then swimming, but to go from being an average or a better average triathlete to going to the top, I guess there is a lot which you need to do in swimming to do better than in running, even better than running. I guess, I don't know. Maybe it's that. So
and yes, you're right. There's different levels. For Ironman, I believe the run is the most important.
Yeah.
Because it's the swim is the shortest of the percentage, and the half Ironman, the swimming might be, I think, the first most important, because now in the pro field, there's just so many good swimmers and bikers that there's no way, if you're a poor swimmer, there's no way you can bridge up to that front group anymore. And then the Olympic distance, of course, swimming is the most important.
There we can see some parallels. So going from the distances and to what. But there is another thing. I mean, why is it now that most of the short distance triathletes, like the Olympic distance triathletes, go over to the longer distance? I mean, look at Brownlee, Eden, Blumenfeld. I mean, before it was Ironman was on its own, like or the Roth was on its own, and now it's actually the ones from the Olympic just transition over. I think the first one was Jan Frodeno, I think, who transitioned over, because he was Olympic champion already, and then made it over to longer distance. So I guess, and now at the moment, I think it's dominated by people from shorter like from Olympic distance, going to Ironmans, and even like more swimming based. I think this is just what I see or what I witness as from the outside, I think.
Yeah, and like last year, 2021 started with Martin Van Rio winning the first 70.3, the big one of last season, and then that's when Christian Blumenfeld, Gustav Eden started coming into the half Ironman distance, and just dominated from all three of them coming from the Olympics.
Yeah, exactly. Even Brownlee made it. Well, I think that was actually a good chat for now to conclude this chapter. So your journey a bit from swimming to triathlon, and I think that was a very insightful call we had.
I think before we both take off, we should both explain or answer. Let's answer one more question, and I'll have you start. The question is, from a beginner triathlete not knowing how to swim, what are two main advice you would give them?
For a beginner triathlete, beginner swimmer who will need to beginner swimmer who will need to change. That's a good one. I guess a good one. I talk so much about technique or technical things. And so the two things, kicks is one. Just get your board out, kick as much as you can. I know that when triathlon is on, you need your legs for cycling and running, but it's all about training. And without the kicks and stability which the kick gives you, you cannot make it to be balanced and improve your arms. So kick as much as you can at the beginning. And the second one would be actually get the volume in. Yeah, get this technique is fine. It's all good. Do it, but you also need to get the volume in. So it's. I guess the technique is self-explanatory, but I think kick and volume in. Less thinking, more doing, at the beginning.
Yeah.
What would you say then? What would you say?
Here's my two. I do agree with your volume, so I'm going to say my first one is the volume. Swim as many times as you can per week, even if it's 15, 20 minutes. Every time you swim, you get a reset. You're not tired, and you can really learn something. So if you swim more, you'll have more of this like click, like, oh, I found something today that I have to like extend more or something. Use my shoulders to do it. Use my hips to extend, stuff like that. So over time, once you swim more, and you'll learn a lot about swimming. My second thing is to learn all four strokes. Do butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke, freestyle. I think it's important. When you do learn those all four strokes, you find a way how you move through water with those different strokes. And if it's backstroke, it's a different pulling. So you're moving the water, you're going forward in four different ways, and you really think about how can I more effectively go faster in breaststroke? How does that translate in freestyle? And it's giving you different workouts and muscle memory for swimming.
That's a really good one. I actually like that one as well. Like, listen, that's a good one. That's a really good one. No. Hey, listen. This is gold. This is golden. This is really golden. Yeah, true. Because you know it yourself. When breaststroke didn't work, or for me it was fly or freestyle at the beginning. Because at the beginning when I started off, it was this one like this good kid in just freestyle. I could do everything when I was like little, and then at some point it stopped. And then my coach said, "Now you do only fly, and we do medley, and we do other things." And so I started to have best times in the other ones, whilst this one was growing by side. So I guess that was the same thing for you there. That's a good one. That's a really good one. That's a really good one. Yeah. And you have this. That's another thing. Yes, what I maybe can chip in for what you just said. You also have, when you train the other four strokes, the other three strokes next to freestyle as well, you also have some sort of success moments. You know, these little steps which you do. It might not be for freestyle, but it gives you success in swimming.
Yeah.
So you feel good about yourself because you go out of the pool and say, "Oh, you know what? freestyle was very bad, but it can make click on a butterfly, and I can now swim 50-meter butterfly with a proper, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, or breaststroke. Now I can really like glide through the water. That's a good one, a really good one. I love this one. That is a really good one.
I think a lot of triathletes just starting out swimming, they're just swimming freestyle all the time, and I think all the other strokes makes you think about the swim, the water awareness of your hand, your feet, your body. So I think it's important to just get all the strokes, or at least learn how to use butterfly or backstroke, breaststroke.
No, I actually agree with you. The learning is one thing. I think that's for starting off, I guess. But even afterwards, after when you do it, you do it yourself as well. I mean, even if you're now a pro, right? You do it professionally. I do it as an amateur, as professional as I can be. I still go to the pool and do sometimes medley sessions instead of doing the whole session in freestyle or something. You still do that. I mean, you would not, or you were more of a specialist in breaststroke. I was always like doing everything. I always had medley, and so I guess you would do the 10 times 100 meter, 10 times 100 meter breaststroke instead of freestyle. Yeah, that's a good one. No. It's golden. It's golden what you say there. Yeah. I completely agree. People miss out on it. But I would say that it's not only for triathletes. It's also, as you said in the beginning, it's also for swimmers in general when they start off in swimming, and maybe it's also now for triathletes who are pro triathletes, like even like Lucas Voits would swim butterfly and stuff like that as well. But like other triathletes to maybe just make it more interesting. Intervals is one thing. I guess have a diversification also on strokes is the other thing, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a good one. That can stand on his own, hey? That can stand on his own. So then we would say, as we agreed, so volume, for me it's kicks, and so I give it. Let's put it on the same puddle. So for us to, so it's diversification in the styles. So learn both and swim. Learn all 4 strokes. And swim all 4 strokes in your sessions. And for me, it's the kick one that is more specific to freestyle, because they always tell you, I take a pull boy between my legs and now I just do arms, but not gonna cut it. That pull boy is gone, and the neoprene is never as solid as the other one. That's a good one. I love that.
Yeah.
Good. Well, thank you very much for your time, actually.
Yeah, that was it. Simon Chai and I speaking about transitioning from pool swimming into triathlon, and more specific half Iron and Iron races. Hope you liked it. I would love if you could leave a follow, a like, and stay tuned for my next Let's Talk Swimming episode.